Hello, I'm Matt Guff from House.com, and this is a 2019 Rome Buckshot wide snowboard, a deck designed for freestyle use, for being in the park, for anyone with size 11 feet and larger. This is a great board that's a little bit wider, it has lots of energy, but it's not overly stiff compared to how much kind of energy and response that it has. It has a 2-year warranty and it's a 2-year Goodwood Award winning board. This board rides really well, and if you're a park rider, you're gonna absolutely love it. Pretty much anyone can ride it, from beginners to advanced level abilities. And I say beginners can actually get on this thing too, because, well, even though it does have like a full camber profile shape and the contact points are a little bit catchy, it still has its ability to be pressed, and it's actually pretty pliable. Again, it's going to be a true twin board. So the nose and the tail are the exact same shape and length and width, and it features a centered style stance. So no matter what way you ride the board, it's going to feel the exact same. The feel and flex of the Rome Buckshot wide is about a 5. Now the regular width version is about a 4. But with that is the ability for the board to actually kind of have a lot more ollie pop than most boards that have a feel and flex of a 4 would generally have. It's kind of fun. You know, some of my most favorite boards are camber profile boards like the Buckshot wide that seem to be just a little bit softer but still have a lot of energy to them. Inside of this board is actually a pop core matrix. It's a combination of basically 2 woods. There's 2 lightweight wood strands down the middle to keep it a little bit more lightweight. And then there's biax fiberglass. Now biax that runs at 0 and at 90 degrees on the base and the top of that wood core. But then there's carbon woven inlays into that as well that go 0 or 90 degrees from basically tip to tail. So even though there is a lot of a bit of carbon in there, it's still torsionally pliable. And then there's actually 2 additional kind of laminates to the Buckshot wide. The first one actually makes the board a little bit more strong. Now when people break their boards, generally it's right on the lateral or medial sides where your bindings rest, just kind of like on the inside or just on the outside. And what Rome has done to combat that is placed glass impact plates on close to the toe and the heel side edge that are kind of like around the whole area of where your bindings rest, to kind of give a little extra strength where most boards tend to break. And then the second thing is actually the bamboo kind of turbo rods or bamboo rods. Now you'll notice on these boards, they have a little bump out here. It's like a cylindrical kind of like rod. And that rod actually is milled into the wood core, starting where your binding inserts are, and then kind of radiates straight down the middle of the board to where your contact point area is. That's both on the nose and the tail. And that little cylindrical rod is actually bamboo. And what that does is actually adds a little bit more snap and pop, a little bit more energy and performance into the nose and tail area without making the board too torsionally stiff. It's actually a nice little addition. You know, you'll see Rome boards, and sometimes you'll see those little bump outs, and a lot of people are like, what are those things? Well, that's just like a rod. Sometimes they're like a fiberglass or a glass composite, and then sometimes they're bamboo or wood or carbon. This is a really fun deck, and of course it's going to be extremely fast. This is a centered style base. It's going to run fast, but you need to keep it waxed up throughout the season. There's a radio style side cut and then impact edges too. That's to combat edge breaking. You know, a lot of rail riders break their edge or crack their edges. Impact edges actually seem to be quite a bit bigger, a little bit more strong, and they'll be less susceptible to breaking. Again, the Buckshot wide is a great deck for anyone who's like a park rider who happens to have bigger feet. It seems to be these days like a lot of kids and people on our YouTube channel are like, man, like I'm 12, I weigh like 120 pounds, but I have size 12 feet. Like, what do I do? I don't want to get a massive board. Well, a lot of brands like Rome are making freestyle boards that have wide platforms, and this is one of the best ones out there. Make sure to check it out, of course, at thehouse.com by selecting the link below in the description. Leave a comment or a question. Let me know what you think of this thing right here. And hopefully I'll see you guys around. Subscribe to the channel there. Check out more vids there. And peace.